Hi students, I am continuing the chapter complex numbers and quadratic equation, and today I am going to discuss modulus and conjugate of a complex number and also some questions related to this topic. So listen carefully. First topic is modulus and conjugate of a complex number. So let's set D equal to A plus IB. The modulus of z is denoted by mod z, which is equal to root of a square plus b square. Note that this plus, and here I'm not taking this I here. Okay, so mod z equal to root of a square plus b square. Okay, next we need to find next topic is a conjugate of z. If z equal to a plus ib and conjugate of z is denoted by z bar and is equal to a minus ib. So here change the sign of imaginary number or imaginary part. Here imaginary part is ib, so just changing the sign sign as minus ib. So this is our value of conjugate of z. Real part is same, and here by calculating the conjugate of z, just changing just change the sign of imaginary part. Real part is remains the same. Okay, so let us take one example. If z equal to 2 plus I3, mod z equal to root of, here a is 2, a square, that is 2 square, plus b is 3. So b square means 3 square, which is equal to root of 4 plus 9 equal to root of 13, and conjugate of conjugate z bar is equal to 2 minus I3. Okay, let us take another example. If z equal to minus 2 plus I3, mod z equal to root of, here a is minus 2, so square of the real part is minus 2 all square, plus square of imaginary part is 3 square is equal to 4 plus 9 equal to root of 13, and here conjugate equal to minus 2. Here changing this imaginary part sign, the plus I3 changes to minus I3 is our answer. So third example, let's set d equal to 2 minus I3 mod z equal to root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Okay, so this will equal to 4 plus root of 4 plus 9 equal to root 13, and z bar conjugate is equal to real part. I am writing this real part without changing its sign, and here imaginary part is minus I3, so change the sign, so it will become positive I3. So this is our z bar. Okay, I hope you clear the concept of modulus and conjugate of a complex number. Okay. Next topic is multiplicative inverse of a complex number using modulus and conjugate. And we know that 1 by z or z inverse is the multiplicative inverse, which is equal to z bar divided by mod z square. Okay, so this is one of the important formula in the complex number chapter. So everybody must by heart this formula. So the multiplicative inverse is equal to z bar divided by mod z square. Okay, multiplicative inverse. So let's do some example. First example, find multiplicative inverse of 2 minus 3i. Okay, so let's set the equal to 2 minus 3i, and we know that multiplicative inverse z inverse equal to z bar divided by mod z square, right? So we need to first find out the conjugate z bar is equal to 2, changing the sign of imaginary part. So here imaginary part is minus 3i, so changing sign means it will become plus 3i here. So z bar is equal to 2 plus 3i. Next we need to find our mod z equal to real part square, that is 2 square, plus imaginary part square, that is minus 3 square, is equal to root of 4 plus 9 equal to root 13. Mod z all square means root 13 square, which will be equal to 13. Okay, so substituting the values here, multiplicative inverse is equal to 2 plus 3i divided by 13, and divide individually, that means 2 by 13 is the real part plus I into 3 by 13 is the imaginary part. So this will become a complex number. Okay, and in the above working can be reproduced in the following manners also, that is z inverse is equal to 1 by z, right? So here 1 by z means given that z equal to 2 minus 3i. Okay, so taking conjugate of denominator and multiply and divide with these term, that is conjugate of 2 minus 3i is 2 plus 3i, and multiply and divide 2 plus 3i with our question, and it will equal to 2 plus 3i divided by 2 minus 3i into 2 plus 3i, and this is in the form of a minus b into a plus b, and we know that the identity a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square, right? So here replacing this a by 3i into 2 plus 3i, so replacing this a by 2, so here we get 2 square, minus replacing this b by 3i all square. Okay, so it will become 2 square, 4 minus taking the square to inside the bracket, so it will become 3 square into I square. So 4 minus 9 into I square value is minus 1. So this minus and minus will become positive. 4 plus 9 equal to 13. So the final answer will be 2 plus 3i divided by 13, or it can be written as 2 by 13 plus 3 by 13i. So both answer are same, right? So either using this formula or using this way, this manner, we can calculate the multiplicative inverse of a complex number. Okay, I hope you understood this question. So just taking the conjugate of the denominator or denominator complex number and multiply and divide with our question will leads to the denominator part a real number. Okay, denominator part become a real part. So this will be very useful in some type of questions. Okay, so let us look at this question. Express 5 plus root 2i divided by 1 minus root 2i in the form a plus ib. So let's start the solution of this question. So, our question is 5 plus root 2i divided by 1 minus root 2i. We need to change this into a plus ib form, right? So, I'm going to take the conjugate of denominator first. 1 minus root 2i, let z equal to 1 minus root 2i. So, conjugate of 1 minus root 2i is 1. Real part is same, and change the imaginary part sign, that is minus root 2i will become plus root 2i, and multiply and divided by the conjugate with our question. So it will become 1 plus root 2i divided by 1 plus root 2i. Okay, and this is equal to 5 plus root 2i into 1 plus root 2i whole divided by, this is in the form of a minus b into a plus b is equal to, and it is a square minus b square, right? So I am going to use this formula here. So the denominator will become, replacing this a by 1 and b by root 2i, this will become 1 square minus root 2i whole square. Okay, and this will be further equal to, just multiplying these two a complex number, we get 5 into 1 5 plus 5 into root 2i 5 root 2i. Next root 2i into 1 plus root 2i into root 2i means 2i square. We know that root 2 into root 2 become 2, right? And whole divided by 1 minus root 2 square into I square. Okay, and this will further equal to 5 plus 5 root 2i plus root 2i plus 2 into I square. I am going to change this I square is minus 1 divided by 1 minus root 2 square into this I square also I am going to change it by minus 1. And our numerator will become 5 plus 5 root 2 I plus root 2i minus 2 divided by 1 plus this minus and minus will become plus here, root 2 square is 2. Okay, this is equal to 5. I am taking real part first, so 5 minus 2 will become 3, and imaginary part is 5 root 2i and root 2i, so taking I outside, so here we get 5 root 2 plus root 2 whole divided by 1 plus 2 3, and this is further equal to 3 plus I. 5 root 2 plus root 2 will become 6 root 2 divided by 3, and taking 3 outside from the numerator, it will become 1 plus I 2 root 2 divided by 3, and cancelling these 3 from numerator and denominator, the final answer will be 1 plus I 2 root 2. Okay, so this is in the form of a plus ib. Okay, I hope you understood this question. So take conjugate of a denominator and multiply and divide with our question, and here multiplication of two complex number is used, and denominator a plus b into a minus b equal to a square minus b square, and it is used. Okay, express I raised to minus 35 in the form a plus ib. So this is our next question. So let's start the solution of this question. I raised to minus 35 is given question, right? So this can be also written as 1 divided by I raised to 35. Okay, So next I am going to divide this 35 by 4, and we know that 8 into 4 is 32. The remainder is 3. So this I raised to 35 can also be written as I raised to 32 plus 3. Right. I raised to 32 plus 3 is equivalent to I raised to 35, right? So next I am going to use a law of exponent here, using a law of exponent, that is x raised to n plus m can be also written as x raised to n into x raised to m. So x raised to 32 plus 3 can also be written as x raised to 32 into x cube. Okay, so replacing this step by 1 divided by x raised to 32 into x cube. Okay, and which will further equal to 1 divided by x raised to, and I am again using law of exponent here, and x raised to n whole raised to m equal to x raised to mn. So using this law of exponent, I'm going to change this 32 by 8 into 4. 8 into 4 is 32, right? X cube. In the next step, I'm going to use this formula. X raised to 8 into 4 can be written as x raised to 4 whole raised to 8. Right? These are equal. Right? So next I am going to write this 1 divided by these are not x, this is I raised to 8 into 3 into I cube. Okay. So this can be replaced by I raised to 4 whole raised to 8 into I cube remains the same. Okay. And we know that the value of I raised to 4 is equal to 1, and value of I cube is equal to minus I. So changing the values here, replacing this I4 by 1 raised to 8, we get 1 raised to 8 into replacing this I cube by minus I. So here we get 1 divided by minus I. And also we know that the value of 1 by I is minus I. So this can be also written as minus of 1 by I is equal to, replacing this 1 by I by minus I, and this minus and minus will be positive, and here we get positive I. So this is our final answer. I raised to minus 35 value is positive I, and we can write it in the form of a plus ib. So here real part is 0 and imaginary part is I. So this is in the form of a plus ib. Okay, I hope you understood. Next I am going to discuss some properties related to modulus and conjugate of a complex number. So let Z1 Z2 be any two complex number. Mod Z1 into Z2 can also be written as mod Z1 into mod Z2. Okay. Similarly, mod Z1 divided by mod Z2 can be written as mod Z1 equal to mod Z2. These are same. Okay. And next one is Z1 Z2 Z2 bar is equal to, bar means conjugate. So Z1 Z2 conjugate is equal to Z1 conjugate into Z2 conjugate. And fourth property is Z1 plus or minus Z2 whole bar is equal to Z1 bar plus or minus Z2 bar. Okay. And last property is Z1 by Z2 whole bar is equal to Z1 bar divided by Z2 bar. This bar means conjugate. Conjugate of Z1 by Z2 is equal to conjugate of Z1 divided by conjugate of Z2. Okay. So these are 5 properties related to modulus and conjugate of a complex number. Okay. Next question. Find the multiplicative inverse of root 5 plus 3i. Okay, so let's start the solution of this question. Let Z equal to root 5 plus 3i. And we know that multiplicative inverse Z inverse is equal to 1 by Z. So, I'm going to replace this Z by root 5 plus 3i. So this is very easy, right? So we need to find out the value of conjugate here. Conjugate Z bar is equal to root 5. Real part is same. Next change the sign of imaginary part, that is plus 3i changes to minus 3i. And multiply and divide it with the conjugate. Here we get minus 5 minus root 5 minus 3i divided by root 5 minus 3i. Okay. And this will be equal to root 5 minus 3i divided by root 5 plus 3i into root 5 plus 3i into root 5 minus 3i. So this is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, and this identity is equal to a square minus b square. So the numerator remains the same, denominator changes to a square minus b square, that is replacing this a by root 5. So here we get root 5 square minus replacing this b by 3i all square, and this will be equal to root 5 minus 3i divided by root 5 square is 5 minus 3 square into I square. So I am taking this power into the bracket, so it will become 3 square into I square. So root 5 minus 3i divided by 5 minus 9 into I square value is minus 1. So this will be further equal to root 5 minus 3i divided by 5 plus 9, or equal to root 5 minus 3i divided by 5 plus 9 is 14. And this can be written in a plus ib form, right? So divide individually. So we get root 5 by 14 minus 3 by 14i is our answer. Multiplicative inverse of root 5 plus 3i is root 5 by 14 minus 3 by 14i. So this can be done either using this way or using Z inverse is equal to Z bar by mod Z whole square formula. Okay, so Z bar is root 5 minus 3i, and mod Z is equal to mod Z become root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Imaginary part means minus 3 square. So it will become root of 5, root 5 square is 5 plus minus 3 square is 9, root 14. Mod Z all square is equal to 14. So replacing the Z bar by root 5 minus 3i, divided by mod z square is 14. So this can be done in either of two method. The answer will be same. Okay, I hope you understood this question. This is our next question. Express 3 plus I root 5 into 3 minus I root 5 divided by root 3 plus root 2I minus root 3 minus I root 2 in the form of A plus IB. So let's start the solution of this question. So given that 3 plus I root 5 into 3 minus I root 5 divided by root 3 plus root 2I minus root 3 minus I root 2. So first of all, I am going to change the numerator here. So denominator, I am going to change the denominator first. The numerator remains same. Here in the numerator, open this bracket, so it will become minus root 3 and minus of minus plus I root 2. Okay, so if you observe in denominator, here plus root 3 and minus root 3 will cancel, and here we get 3 plus I root 5 into 3 minus I root 5 divided by root 2I plus root 2I means 2 root 2I. Okay. Let us consider numerate. This is in the form of A plus B into A minus B, and this is equal to A square minus B square, right? So next I am going to replace this A by 3 and B by I root 5. So the numerator will become 3 square minus I root 5 whole square, and divided by denominator remains the same. Okay, this is further equal to 3 square is 9 minus taking the square into the bracket, so it will become I square into root 5 square divided by denominator will be same, equal to 9 minus I square value is minus 1 into root 5 square is 5 divided by 2 root 2I. This minus 5 and this minus will become positive, so numerator will be equal to 9 plus 5, denominator is 2 root 2I, and 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 divided by 2 root 2I. Cancelling this 2 and 14, it will become 7 in the numerator. So here 7 by root 2I, we get 7 by root 2I. So next we know that the value of 1 by I is minus I, right? So I am going to write this in 7 by root 2 into minus I, or minus 7 by root 2I, and next I am going to multiply it with rationalizing this term. So multiply it with root 2 and also dividing by root 2, or multiply it with root 2 by 2, root 2 by root 2. This term will become minus I into 7 root 2 by root 2 into root 2 is 2. Okay, so this is our final answer. And next we need to convert this into A plus IB form, right? So here real part is 0, so this can be written in the form of 0 minus I 7 root 2 by 2. This is in the form of A plus IB. Okay, I hope you understood this question. In this question, evaluate I raised to 18 plus 1 by I whole raised to 25 whole cube. Okay, so let's start the solution of this question. I raised to 18 plus 1 by I, given that I raised to 18 plus 1 by I whole raised to 25 whole cube. Okay, so this can be also written as I raised to 18 plus. Next I am going to take this power into the bracket, so it will become I raised to 25 divided by 1 raised to 25, so it is equal to 1, right? And divided by I raised to 25, so 1 divided by I raised to 25 whole cube. Okay, next we need to find out I raised to 18 value and I raised to 25 value separately, and substitute after calculating these values and substitute it into, let us name it as equation number 1. So substitute it into equation number 1. Okay, so I raised to 18 value, so I am going to convert this 18 into multiple of 4, and we know that 16 is very nearest multiple of 4, right? So this can be written as 16 plus 2. I raised to 18 can be written as I raised to 16 plus 2. So I raised to, this is also can be written as I raised to 16 into I square. So I raised to 16 can be written as I raised to 4 all raised to 4 into I square. So this value I raised to 4 is 1. So 1 raised to 4 into I square equal to I square. The value of I square is minus 1. So the value of I raised to 18 will be minus 1. Next we need to find out I raised to 25 value. So the multiple of 4, 25 can be written as 24 plus 1, and I am going to split this power into I raised to 24 into I raised to 1. In I raised to 24 can be written as in the power of 4 I raised to 4 whole raised to 6. Using x raised to m whole raised to n law of exponent, it can be written as x raised to mn. Okay, so I raised to 4 into 6 is equal to I raised to 26 into I. I raised to 4 is 1, 1 raised to 6 into I, 1 into I is I. So the I raised to 25 answer will be I. Okay, next I am going to substitute the values of I raised to 18 and I raised to 25 in equation number 1. Here we get I raised to 18 plus 1 by I raised to 25 whole cube is our question. So I raised to 18 value is minus 1 plus 1 by I raised to 25 value is I. Okay, whole cube, and this will be equal to, and we know that 1 by I is minus I, so replace this 1 by I by minus 1. Here we get minus 1 minus I whole cube. Okay, so next this will be further equal to, taking this minus outside, minus 1 whole cube minus from this term, so it will become minus of 1 plus I whole cube. This can be also written as minus 1 cube into 1 plus I whole cube. Minus 1 cube is minus, and next we need to find out the value of 1 plus I whole cube. Okay, we know that the identity a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. So next I am going to use this using this formula by expanding 1 plus I whole cube. So take this negative outside. So 1 plus I whole cube is equal to minus into, put a bracket here, minus 1 into a cube, replacing this a by 1 and b by I. Here we get 1 cube plus 3 into 1 square into I plus 3 into 1 into I square plus I cube. Okay, which is equal to minus of 1 cube is 1 plus 3 into 1 square into I changes to 3I plus 3 into 1 into I square is 3I square plus I cube. Okay, we know that the value of I square is minus 1 and I cube is minus I. So replacing this I square by minus 1 and I cube by minus 1 here. So it will become 1 minus of 1 plus 3I plus 3 into minus 1 here, replacing this I square by minus 1 plus I cube by minus I. The next step will be 1 plus 3I minus 3 minus I. Okay, minus of 1 minus 3, taking real part, 1 minus 3 is minus 2, and taking imaginary part together, 3I minus I will become plus 2I. Taking this minus inside this bracket, it will become 2 minus 2I. So this is our final answer. Okay, I hope you understood this question. In this question, for any two complex numbers z1 and z2, prove that real part of z1 z2 is equal to real part of z1 into real part of z2 minus imaginary part of z1 into imaginary part of z2. Okay, so let's start the solution of this question. So let z1 equal to x1 plus y1 and z2 equal to x2 plus y2. Okay, so next I am going to multiply these two complex number, that is z1 z2 is equal to x1 plus y1 into x2 plus y2. Okay, this is equal to, I am going to multiply. So first x1 into x2 plus x1 into y2 become I into x1 y2. Okay, plus next I1 into y1 into x2 become I into y1 x2 plus y1 into y2. So it will become I square into y1 y2. Okay, so this is equal to x1 x2 plus I into x1 y2 plus I into y1 x2. I am going to replace this I square by minus 1 here, so it will become minus y1 y2. Okay, I am going to write the real part together. Here real part is x1 x2 and y1 minus y1 y2. So x1 x2 minus y1 y2 real part plus next I am going to write the imaginary part together. Here these two are imaginary part, taking I outside, so it will become I into x1 y2 plus y1 x2. Okay, so this is our z1 z2 answer. So here in this question we need to find out the real part of z1 z2. So real part of z1 z2 is equal to x1 x2 minus y1 y2, right? And imaginary part of z1 z2 is equal to this term, that is x1 y2 plus y1 x2. So next I am going to convert this x1 x2 and y1 y2 into real part and imaginary part component. So this is equal to x1 is real part of z1, right? So I am going to replace this x1 by real part of z1, and x2 is real part of z2. So next I am going to replace this x2 by real part of z2 minus y1 is real part of z1, right? So sorry, imaginary part of y1. So I am going to replace this y1 by imaginary part of z1, and y2 is imaginary part of z2. I am going to replace this y2 by imaginary part of z2. Okay, so here we get real part of z1 z2 is equivalent to real part of z1 into real part of z2 minus imaginary part of z1 into imaginary part of z2. So these are our LHS, right? So sorry, RHS. So LHS is equal to, so we get LHS equal to RHS, hence proved. Okay, this is our last question. If 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I whole raised to m equal to 1, then find least positive integral value of m. So we need to find out the value of m, and the condition is that it must be least positive value. Okay, so given that 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I whole raised to m equal to 1. Okay, so first of all I'm going to take the conjugate of denominator and multiply and dividing it with the conjugate. So this bracket, the term inside the bracket will become a very small value. So let's take the conjugate of denominator. Conjugate of denominator is 1 plus I. So multiplying and dividing the same conjugate value, and don't forget to write this all raised to m and equal to 1 here. So it will become 1 plus I whole square divided by, this is in the form of a minus b into a plus b, which will be equal to a square minus b square. So the denominator will changes to a is replacing a by 1 and b by I. We get 1 square minus I square. Okay, all raised to m equal to 1. And this is equal to 1 plus I whole square divided by 1 square is 1, I square, we know that value of I square is minus 1. So minus of minus 1 whole raised to m equal to 1, and this is further equal to 1 plus I whole square divided by 1 minus of minus 1 will become 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2 whole raised to m equal to 1. Next 1 plus I whole square I am going to expand using the identity a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Replacing this a by 1 and b by I using this formula, the next step will be our numerator will become 1 square plus 2 into 1 into I plus I square whole divided by 2 whole raised to m equal to 1, and the numerator is 1 plus 2i plus I square value is minus 1 by 2 whole raised to m equal to 1. This plus 1 and minus 1 will cancel, and here we get 2i by 2 whole raised to m equal to 1, and these two will cancel each other, and here we get I raised to m equal to 1. And we know that the least positive integral value of m when I raised to m equal to 1 is 4. M equal to 4. We know that I raised to 4 is 1, right? So we get m equal to 4. Okay.